Oakland, this one was for you. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kiljaedas. How's it going? It's another week of football and another week of the Raiders recap. Let's get at it. It was the Denver Broncos going up against the Raiders in O.co. Monday Night Football, possibly the last home game for the Raiders in the O.co. This was a must win for us as a fan base, not so much as the team, because the team was getting ready to go into the off season with all these draft picks. No, this win was needed for the fan base, for those who reside in Oakland and have been going to the Raiders games all throughout the years. Every single game they have tickets and they're going to watch the Raiders. And I tell you what, this was a dominant performance by the Raiders. I can't believe it. The final score, 14-27. The Raiders win it. I cannot believe how much control we had over this game. Every single time when it seemed like Denver would have the ball, it just seemed like in my mind, it was like, it's okay. We're going to get the ball back and we're going to make sure that we're going to keep that lead. It just seemed that way. And then sure enough, out of nowhere, after the two interceptions, suddenly, boom, we're in a victory formation. I went, is this really the time? Is the game already almost over? The game went by in a flash. I could not believe my eyes at how well our defense played. Yes, again, the offense still had their kinks, but for the most part, they held together. Good job to our team. But anyways, enough of that. I could go on right now, but on and everything. Let's get to the stats. As usual, I have the iPad, but the iPad's no longer in sight. It's going to be right here due to room arrangements and everything. So, for total yards, the Raiders have 273. The Broncos have 300. Passing yards, that is 159 for the Raiders, 200 square for the Broncos. Rushing yards, 114 for the Raiders. Denver hold to only 100. The yards per play was 4.8 and 4.8 even for both the Raiders and the Broncos. There were no fumbles lost between each of the teams, which is amazing. I thought surely that our ball security was going to be the issue, but we held it together. But the key factor, one of them I should say, interceptions thrown. Oakland again with 0. The Broncos, though, with 2. Amazing that we were able to get those interceptions. Time of possession was the Raiders 3 minutes and 8 seconds, while Denver had 29 minutes and 52 seconds. Very even. Penalties. This is the second factor why the Broncos lost. 11 penalties to 6 penalties for the Broncos. The Broncos had more penalties, and the funny thing is when these flags are being thrown, I'm thinking, what did we do wrong? What did we do wrong? And most of the time they were against the Broncos. Amazing. Now, granted, that roughing the passer penalty, I don't think that was a good call. I don't think that was a good call. To me, obviously, Carr was falling already when that happened, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the individual stats. We're going to go with Derek Carr, 29 for 29. Derek Carr went for 19 for 26 for 167 yards, 0 touchdowns. For rushing, we got Doug Martin, 21 attempts for 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 5.1 yard average. Jim Richard, 4 carries, 11 yards, 1 touchdown, 2.8 yard average. DeAndre Washington, 1 for -1. That's a -1 average. Derek Carr, 4 carries, -3 yards, 0.7 yard average. That's a weird stat for you. Moving on to receiving, though, we got Jordy Nelson, 7 receptions for 75 yards. Jim Richard, 4 receptions, 40 yards. Jared Cook, 2 receptions, 20 yards. Seth Roberts, 2 receptions, 14 yards. Doug Martin, 1 reception, 9 yards. Darren Waller, I had to make sure, 2 receptions, 8 yards. And then Keith Smith, 1 reception for 1 yard. And he didn't get a touchdown this time. Anyways, fumbles. It was definitely Derek Carr did fumble it, but he did not lose it at all, which is good. Then we got interceptions. Marcus Gilchrist with 1 interception. He only had 2 yards after that. Then you had Eric Harris with 1 interception, which was a 20-yard return. Good freaking job. And let's keep on going with the defense. We have Rashawn Melvin, 1 tackle for a loss. Carlos Joseph, 1 sack, which is 1 tackle for a loss. Nicholas Morrow, 1 tackle for a loss. Arden Key, 1 tackle for a loss. And that's it. We got 1 sack and 4 tackles for losses. Great job. Kicking, we got Daniel Carlson. He made 2 field goals, 2 for 2. Longest was 45 yards. His extra points was 3 for 3. Good job. Punting, Johnny Townsend, 5 punts, 45-yard average. 3 of them inside the 20-yard line. Good job, Johnny Townsend. That's what I need. I need more than 50% of your punts need to be inside the 20. Good job. Kickoff returns for Dwayne Harris. 2 returns for 23 yards average. His longest one was 26. Punt returns. Dwayne Harris, 2 returns, 1 of them for 99 yards and a touchdown. Holy shit. And the average was 53 yards for between the two. God dang. Good freaking job, Dwayne Harris. I mean, I saw it, I'm thinking, oh crap, they put it in the 1 yard line, and then Dwayne Harris picked up the ball and went, "You idiot! What are you doing?" But he ran all the way for a touchdown. I was like, well, I guess we're gonna just have to accept it. And that is it for this freaking game. Merry fucking Christmas. Holy crap. This was just, we needed this game. We need to win this game. I know that brings our draft position down a bit, especially if, and stuff like that, but you know what? I don't care. We need to do this. We need this win. Our last 2 home games, we beat the Steelers and we beat the Broncos. I'm loving it. And I'm going to love That's Good Broncos reaction. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be wonderful. Oh, I touch myself from that. I'm kidding. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you were there at the game in Oakland, let me know in the comments down below. And by all means, everybody, please tell your friends about me. See you later. Have a Merry Christmas. Bye.